Semrush paid me 50 USD to partake in a full stack marketing survey. And if you're just hearing the term full stack marketing for the first time, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down what full stack marketing actually means, how I became one, the pros and the cons, and how you can decide whether this is the right career path for you. Alright, let's get into it. How did I become a full stack marketer? I started off my journey as a content creator in 2021. I learned how to write blogs, do designs, and also do a bit of video editing. I moved on from there to doing digital marketing. So I worked as an SEO specialist at an ad agency. I worked as an email marketer for my community. I had experience doing social media management, content strategy, copywriting, all these things that digital marketing entails. I moved on from there to studying analytics. And in studying analytics, I became familiar with platforms like Google Analytics, social media analytics, other native analytics that you find on marketing platforms that you use. And I had a bit of experience with hiring teams and managing teams. So I've helped companies hire for marketing and even non-marketing related roles. And I've also managed teams myself. So this is my journey as a full stack marketer. Your journey may not look exactly like mine, but ideally, a full stack marketer is someone who has a lot of experience across all the different aspects of the marketing funnel. So think acquisition, activation, retention, and reporting. Now, you may be wondering, how is a full stack marketer different from a T-shaped marketer? Well, I'm going to explain. A full stack marketer is a generalist who has medium deep insight into all the different aspects of marketing. So because they've practiced and done every single thing in marketing, they get to have like a bit more experience, right? A T-shaped marketer is someone who is specialized in one thing, but has an idea about how the other marketing verticals work. That is a T-shaped marketer. A T-shaped marketer is not a full stack marketer, but a full stack marketer can also be a T-shaped marketer because the lesser is included in the greater, right? Full stack marketers are generalists, T-shaped marketers are specialists with general knowledge. But let's talk about like if you want to start off your journey as a full stack marketer, what are some of the things that you need to consider? Well, first, I would say that you need to start off with the basics. Content creation, digital marketing. These are like the little things that you basically need to know so that you can easily build on them. Then you want to accumulate other skills that are adjacent to what you already have. So say you start off with content creation, you're creating designs and writing copies. You want to move from there to learning social media management, to understanding copywriting, to practicing SEO, doing email marketing. It's really not that deep, right? Even though each of these marketing aspects are very broad and can include a lot of things. But what I've found is that the more that you learn, the easier that it gets to learn more, right? So if you want to become a full stack marketer, I highly recommend start off with a core skill. And if you don't know what a core skill is, in my previous video, I talked about how you can identify your core skills and your support skills. So I highly recommend that you see that video. However, if you want to become a full stack marketer, you want to start off with first learning a core skill, then moving on to learn adjacent skills, right? And after you do this, you want to build real life projects. You may not have the opportunity to get a job immediately, but maybe you start off with a side project, you volunteer, or you just intern in an organization that you really like. Then you want to build in public. Building in public is so important as a full stack marketer. And I'll just give a story about my own self. So when Semrush found me, they found me because of the kind of content that I put out talking about being a full stack marketer. And just by doing that social search, they found me. This is one of the importance of building in public and putting yourself out there. Whether you're using a platform like X, Instagram, LinkedIn, Substack, whatever platform that you're using, it's always important to consider social SEO when you are creating or building in public as a full stack marketer. Remember, the term full stack marketing is relatively new, which means that there are not a lot of people out there who are full stack marketers. And if you are not capitalizing on these words that are related to full stack marketing in your content while building in public, you may be missing out on solid opportunities. Okay. Now, every career comes with its pros and its cons, and full stack marketing definitely has its pros and cons. So, some of the advantages that you get as a full stack marketer is one, you can work anywhere, right? A full stack marketer can model themselves to fit different needs of an organization, right? Which means that you're basically not going to have any unemployed days. There will always be someone needing your services. Next, a full stack marketer can manage teams better. So, because you have a lot of experience in a different aspect of marketing, it becomes easier for you to lead a marketing team because you can foresee how each aspect of the marketing department contributes to the overall goal that the business is trying to achieve. Third, as a full stack marketer, you are not tied to a particular organization. You can work independently as a freelancer or even as an entrepreneur, which is so important in this era where there are so many layoffs ongoing. For some of the cons that you can have with full stack marketing, one, it can be very overwhelming. As a full stack marketer, you're basically running from strategy to execution to understanding how things work to data, and it can be very overwhelming, right? Especially when you have multiple clients at hand. Secondly, being a full stack marketer can often be undervalued by certain companies. If a company were going to hire a copywriter, a social media manager, a graphic designer, an ad specialist, it would probably cost them a whole lot more than if they were working with you as a full stack marketer because you're going to be one person handling all the different aspects of the marketing funnel. Working in a company that doesn't really value what you bring to the table as a full stack marketer, you find out that a lot of your skill sets are undervalued because they feel you can do every single aspect of marketing. They tend to want to pay you just a little amount based off of the fact that you're just one person doing all these things, right? Next, you need to understand how to find balance as a full stack marketer. Being a full stack marketer often means that there is so much going on, and if you're not careful, this can tend to overflow into your everyday life, and you may find out that you do not have any work-life balance. But just bringing back the conversation to understanding the kind of companies to work with so that your skills are not undervalued. Here are some of the companies that I think would really value your services as a full stack marketer. First, small or medium-sized enterprises. These kind of companies do not have a lot of resources to spare, and they want to work with a generalist who can handle every aspect of marketing as opposed to hiring different specialists for each aspect of marketing. Secondly, startups, early stage startups or growth phase companies. Now, these kind of companies also prefer to have smaller teams, one person armies, and you coming in as a full stack marketer basically cuts down cost, efforts, and the time that is required to manage a full team. So startups are also a good place to look. Then you want to work with independent founders who are interested in growing their personal brand online because you can easily help them create strategy, execute, build an audience around their product and also themselves, and give them the desired results. So these are the three channels that I think are going to give you the best rewards if you are looking out for clients to serve as a full stack marketer. Now, the amount of money that you can earn as a full stack marketer often varies. If you are an entry level full stack marketer, you can make between 500 USD to 1000 USD per client in a month. If you are mid-level, you can make between 2000 USD to 5000 USD, as a mid-level full stack marketer. If you are an expert, senior full stack marketer, you can make between 6000 USD to over 10,000 USD, in a leadership role. You may be wondering, what does a full stack marketer do? Remember, I said that as a full stack marketer, you can model yourself to fit whatever needs that an organization have, right? But ideally, these are some of the things that you can expect to carry out as a full stack marketer within an organization. First, manage end-to-end campaigns. As a full stack marketer, you're basically going to be responsible for every single aspect of campaign management. Next, you're going to be responsible for managing content production, and this can come in different formats. Audio, visual, written. You are the go-to person for managing all of the content production. Next, you're going to be responsible for carrying out performance campaigns, right? And this would involve a mix of running ads, managing influencers, etc., etc. Also, you'll be responsible for studying data and providing marketing reports. So, on a day to day basis, this is what a full stack marketer does within an organization. Remember, I said Semrush paid me 50 USD to partake in a full stack marketing report. Well, you can read through that report, but interestingly, Semrush has a full stack toolkit that you can use to begin your journey as a full stack marketer. It contains every single tool that you would require, and you get to have 7 to 14 days free trials on these tools before you even commit to spending. Now, on the full stack marketing toolkit, you get an SEO toolkit, content toolkit, AI toolkit, local toolkits, traffic and market toolkits, advertising toolkits. I mean, this is not a tool that you want to miss, and you can get started today for free. So make sure that you do check it out. Now, if you're wondering whether full stack marketing is a good career path for you, I'm going to say this. As a full stack marketer, you're always going to be learning. There will never be a point where it feels like there is no need to learn further. You will always need to have a curious appetite for learning. And if you're not someone who likes that kind of stuff, then full stack marketing isn't for you. Also, as a full stack marketer, you need to always be willing to test as much as possible. Carry out A/B tests, analyze data, interpret data, and ensure that you're always learning new stuff about what is working within your organization. If you know you're not ready for that kind of drama, please do not become a full stack marketer. Finally, as a full stack marketer, you're going to be juggling a lot of things at the same time. If you know you're very poor with time management, organizational skills, just desist from being a full stack marketer because it can be pure chaos. I promise you, it can be pure chaos. Alright, if you love today's video, please make sure that you subscribe, tell your friends about my channel, and if you have further questions about how to become a full stack marketer, drop it in the chat and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.